friends. So I'm going to make a little documentary of what we're going through right now because I think it might be interesting to some. I am in my early 40s. My husband is about to turn 50, and we live in a beautiful big house in our town, and we are considering downsizing. So I just wanted to kind of document the process in case there's anybody else that's younger and like not retiring that is also considering downsizing. There's a lot of reasons for downsizing. I know a lot of people do it for financial reasons, but my husband and I are going to do it because number one, our house is 3,700 square feet. And it's a lot to clean, and it makes me want to cry by the time I get around to, the end of the cleaning. I spend all my weekends cleaning the entire time. And it hit me this weekend when my girlfriend was like, oh yeah, on Saturday, I sit out by my pool and drink a Truly. And I'm like, oh my God, on Saturday, I'm 8 hours of cleaning and laundry and everything else. Now, living in a smaller house, I realize like there are certain things that won't go away, like your laundry, but walking around and constantly cleaning up this gigantic house and screaming at my kids and husband to help me out is just, it's so dead to me. It's so over. I'm just sick of it. So we are moving to the beach, and even though we're downsizing our home from a 3,700 square foot home to a 1,600 square foot home, which is so tiny. It's about half the size of this one, and it's going to be a real transition. And even though we're downsizing, it's not going to be any less expensive. So we're going to end up paying a little bit, about $100,000 more than we paid for our current home when we bought it to move to the smaller house. But we're going to be just a couple of blocks to the beach. So we're sacrificing the large home for more of a location and lifestyle. So at the beach side where we live is like most of the houses are like 1,500 square feet and like built in the 50s or 60s. So there isn't a whole lot in a normal person's price range of inventory. So like you're either looking at $1 million, or you're looking at an old 1950s bungalow or single family home. So anyway, I'm excited to share the journey with you. And so I just want to show you what I'm doing right now. So this is just day one when we made this decision. So once we made the decision that we were going to make an offer on a smaller house, I started like working on my closets, working on the pantry, and the first step of the process is trying to downsize some of our belongings, because when you have a nearly 400 square foot house, you fill it up with stuff. And I'm honestly, guys, I'm just sick of the stuff. Like, I feel like my stuff is causing stress. And even though we really do use the whole house. So I will say that we use it. But we're moving to a house that has a bigger backyard and a bigger yard. So I'm hoping that the activities that we enjoy the most in the house can be translated to outdoors. So it's exciting, but it's also really stressful. Okay, so I want to show you what it looks like today, what I'm doing today here. Okay, so this is just the beginning of some of my downsizing. Like, this is everything I took out of the kitchen that is going to be either donated or sold. And like, I'll show you my butler's pantry here. So there's still a fair amount of stuff, and I know I'll have to pare down even further once we get to that point. But I did empty some shelves, and I did separate everything so there's a lot more empty spaces. Same thing with my cabinets. And like, I emptied some of those. Go. So I'm down to just this. That one's quite full still, but. So I realize a lot of the stuff will have to be pared down more, but this is just the beginning. It's literally day one. And if something happens and the deal that we want to do falls through, or the house, if something happens and we just don't end up getting a house, I don't want to get rid of all of my stuff. But it is quite cathartic getting rid of some of it, because like I said before, like my stuff causes stress. And the only reason to have a bigger house like this one is so that you can accumulate more stuff. And I'm so done with the stuff, guys. I know I'm still young. I've still got a lot of years to live in my house, and I still have a lot of years with my kids. My kids are 12 and 10, so we do have a lot of years left in a house. But in the new house, even though it's only 1,600 square feet, we're going to have basically exactly the same rooms that we have now. They're just gonna be smaller. So we'll still have the 4 bedrooms. We'll still have, you know, a little bonus room. We'll have a beautiful back patio with a screen porch. We'll still have all of that. The necessity stuff, it's just going to be a little bit more cozy. So I'm really excited for you to follow along. And I hope that this maybe helps you if you're if you're considering downsizing like we are, even though we're not retired. I'm hoping that this will sort of like work as be helpful for you for what you need to expect and all that good stuff. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new content, because not only are we moving and downsizing and I'm showing you that process, but we're also buying a house for sale by owner, and we're actually selling this house for sale by owner. So I'll go through all of that stuff with you as well to help you with any of that if you're considering doing the same thing. So please don't forget to follow along. And if you're into DIY projects, then please check out my other channel too. It's Decor Sauce, and I have lots of DIY stuff on there too. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to catching up with you again very soon.